October 2nd, 2025, the world of ARMY suddenly lit up when a notification popped up on Weverse. Jimin has started a live broadcast. For many, it was a rush of adrenaline. It had been months since fans last saw him in such an intimate setting. When the screen opened, Jimin appeared with his familiar soft smile, wearing a simple outfit. No flashy styling, no elaborate set. Just Jimin, the way fans love him most. The room felt quiet, almost like he wanted the world to pause for this conversation. From the very first hello, fans could sense this wasn't just another casual check-in. Something about his tone, calm, reflective, almost vulnerable, hinted that he had something deeper to say. Then came the words that silenced the chat for a moment. "Life isn't easy," Jimin admitted, looking down for a brief second before meeting the camera again. It was a simple statement, but one that carried the weight of his journey. Military service, public scrutiny, rumors, and the overwhelming expectations of being one of the most loved idols in the world. Fans immediately filled the comments. "Stay strong. Jimin, we're with you. Life may not be easy, but you never walk it alone. You don't have to hide your struggles from us." His honesty was disarming. Unlike the polished interviews and carefully managed statements, this was raw Jimin, the human being behind the superstar. As the live continued, Jimin explained that reconnecting with fans after such a long break gave him strength. He admitted that he often wonders whether he is living up to expectations, but whenever he talks to ARMY, he feels lighter. "Sometimes, I think I'm not doing enough," he confessed. "But when I see your messages, I feel like I can try again tomorrow." This moment reminded fans of BTS's core message since debut: music not just as performance, but as healing, as truth. For ARMY, Jimin's words became another verse in the long song of hope that BTS has always sung. Behind Jimin's smile lies the reality of global fame. Since completing his military duty earlier this year, he has been thrust back into a spotlight brighter than ever. Paris Fashion Week appearances, Dior campaigns, constant speculation about his personal life. It's an endless cycle of admiration and pressure for many idols. This weight is too heavy. But Jimin has always carried it differently. Instead of hiding his struggles, he lets the cracks show, not as weakness, but as proof of humanity. And in doing so, he builds a stronger bond with fans. The live stream ended after nearly an hour, but its ripple effects traveled worldwide. Within minutes, hashtags like #WeLoveYouJimin, #LifeIsn'tEasy, and #AlwaysWithJimin trended globally on X, formerly Twitter. Fans shared their own stories of hardship, connecting Jimin's words with their personal battles. One fan wrote, "I've been struggling with school and family pressure. Hearing Jimin say life isn't easy made me feel less alone. Thank you, Jimin." Another posted, "Jimin doesn't just sing. He teaches us how to keep going, even when it hurts." The bond between idol and fandom had once again proven to be unbreakable. It's not the first time Jimin has opened up about pain. From his heartfelt solo songs like Promise to his quiet, thoughtful answers in interviews, he has always been the member who wears his emotions on his sleeve. This live stream was another chapter in that ongoing story. A reminder that Jimin isn't just the flawless performer on stage, but also a man navigating the same questions of life, identity, and happiness that millions of fans face every day. With BTS preparing for a full group comeback in 2026, moments like these carry deeper meaning. If Jimin is willing to open up so honestly now, what kind of music and performances will he bring to the next album? Fans speculate that BTS's return will be unlike anything before, rawer, more personal, more honest. And if Jimin's words are any indication, ARMY can expect music that doesn't shy away from the struggles of adulthood, fame, and resilience. As the live stream came to an end, Jimin gave one final smile and whispered a simple promise. "Thank you for waiting for me. I'll keep trying no matter what." It was short, almost easy to miss. But for ARMY, it meant everything. Because in those words was a contract, not between idol and fan, but between two sides who choose to walk together, even when life isn't easy. What sets Jimin apart isn't just his voice, his dance, or his charisma. It's his ability to bridge the gap between artist and human. By admitting his struggles, he doesn't lose his shine. He becomes even brighter because he reflects the truth that life is hard, but love and connection make it bearable for ARMY. That is the essence of Jimin. From Seoul to Sao Paulo, New York to Jakarta, millions of fans stayed up that night replaying the live stream, translating his words into dozens of languages, and sharing them like a torch of hope. IT was more than a broadcast. It was a reminder that BTS's legacy isn't just built on awards or records, but on moments like this, when one man, sitting in a quiet room, admits his struggles and millions of hearts around the world answer, "You're not alone, Jimin. And you never will be." When Jimin said, "Life isn't easy," many ARMYs immediately recalled his past battles. Fans remembered his struggles during the blood, sweat, and tears era when he admitted to starving himself to meet unrealistic standards. They remembered 2018 when he quietly confessed to dealing with anxiety before concerts. Each moment of vulnerability has built a narrative. Jimin is not a polished mask. He is a man who falls, who breaks, who hurts, and yet he chooses to rise. His October livestream was not just a confession of difficulty, but a continuation of his lifelong story of resilience. Just days before his livestream, Jimin had stunned the world at Paris Fashion Week in Dior's Spring/Summer 2026 show. Shirtless, blonde, radiant, he looked like the very definition of confidence, but behind the cameras, perhaps the weight felt different. Fashion media praised him as the man who stole Paris, yet Jimin's livestream reminded fans that even when the world sees glamour, the heart can still carry shadows. His honesty showed that fame and beauty do not erase struggle, they only amplify the need for grounding. Another piece of the puzzle came just days earlier, when news broke that Jimin's father and younger brother joined him as major donors in Korea's Green Noble Club supporting child welfare. Together, the family became the first in Korea to be recognized as a collective donor family. For ARMY, this revelation added layers to Jimin's livestream. The struggles he spoke of weren't just personal, but also tied to the burden of responsibility, of carrying not only his own dreams, but also those of countless children who now look up to his family's generosity. October also brought something less kind. A resurfaced rumor about Jimin's past relationships circulated online, sparking cruel debates. Some fans believed Jimin's words in the livestream about adulthood being difficult, about life not being easy, were his subtle way of addressing the storm without naming and typical Jimin fashion. He didn't lash out. He didn't deny. He didn't play into scandal. Instead, he spoke gently, choosing honesty over confrontation. It was his way of reminding fans, he will not be broken by whispers. As rumors spread, ARMY mobilized. Thousands of posts flooded social media with the same message: "We believe Jimin." Fans trended hashtags like #ProtectJimin and #AlwaysWithJimin, drowning out negativity with overwhelming love. The live stream became a shield, a way for Jimin to remind fans that their love still reaches him, and a way for fans to remind Jimin that no scandal, no rumor, no headline can sever the bond they share. In the same month, HYB confirmed what fans had been praying for: BTS's 2026 World Tour. For ARMY, the idea of seeing Jimin back on stage, not as a guest, not as a model, but as the full performer he was born to be, reignited global excitement. Speculation began. What would Jimin's solo stages look like? Would he perform like crazy again? Or perhaps debut a brand new track? Would his words from the live stream find their way into new lyrics? Every hint, every pause, every smile he gave during that October live stream became fuel for theories about BTS's comeback.